There's only 3 ways to grow a business. You can get more customers, you can get them to spend more in larger transactions, or you can get them to buy more frequently. What I like to do is I like to take those 3 things and say, how do you actually leverage those significantly? How can you leverage customer acquisition? The KPIs that I am looking at when I'm looking at customer acquisition leverage is customer acquisition cost, dollars per lead, and the virality. How fast can we get other people to tell other people about what we're doing? So if you can see the color coding here, the goals are in the gray, the methods are in the beige, the light green is the means for how we're going to do it, and then the lavender is the need, the resources that we need to make these things happen. So the very first thing for leverage customer acquisition is add a channel. So how are you going to do that? You're going to add media and channels. The best and fastest way is to get channel partners. So people who have marketing channels that you don't have right now, you make partnerships with those folks, you get instant additional distribution. All that you need is data about who those channel partners are, and then tap your network. You can acquire other entities. So acquiring another entity gives you instant customer acquisition as well. Typically what you'll use is an SPA or APA or a license agreement. SPA is a stock purchase agreement. APA is an asset purchase agreement. So you can either buy the assets of a company or you can buy the equity of the company. A lot of times people will prefer to buy the assets because if you buy the assets, you don't inherit any of the problems that were present in the business before. You kind of get to start over new, or you can do it through a license. So capital or debt and some sort of creativity, and all you need is investors to fund and targets to buy. Then the third way is Affinity Plays. So Affinity Plays are basically influencer type deals, but we're looking for centers of influence. So who already has the customers that you want? And when I go through the onboarding for our war room, for our masterminds, the biggest breakthroughs that I think people have is when we start to say, who already has large swaths of your existing customers? Who already has large swaths of your existing customers? And when you really think about it and you spend 10 or 15 minutes kind of brainstorming that, you'll find that it might be associations, it might be practice consultants, it might be trainers, it might be product developers, equipment suppliers, retail distribution networks. Like there's so many places that your customers already exist. So accountants have associations, there are accounting publications, there are accounting trade shows. Where are the places that there's continuing education providers, right? Who has lists of those people? Who already has the relationship so they can wrap their arm around you and say, you know, this is Nigel and Cam. These guys, we like them. And it's amazing. It's just that people don't think to do that. But when you cohortize your customers and say, these are the types of people that we've got, and then you say, where does each cohort hang out? It's amazing how effective this can be. And what's cool about that is that when you go to a center of influence, you get instant virality because as they start to promote you and you integrate yourselves with them, everybody starts talking about you. Okay? All you need for that typically is social proof. You can also pay to play with a lot of those, so you can offer those people referrals if there's not enough value inherently. And all you need for that is access to those influencers, those centers of influence, and to be sure that you've got product market fit in your business. So that's 3 really quick ways to add a ton of customers to your business. Just go to a different marketing channel that you're not already in, that they're already looking at, acquire other businesses that have them, and find those centers of influence. Then the second place would be, how do we get them to buy more? So leveraging the transaction size and enhancing your margin. The KPIs that we look here are immediate customer value and gross margin. Those are the 2 things that we're really focused on here. So the first way would be to add other people's products and other people's services. So if you can just simply identify complementary products and services that your customers will want. You can bolt those on to the sales that you're already making. You could do that through service and product partners, so you just have to identify. And the means for doing this is something we call the Superfunnel. So the Superfunnel means that as someone's progressing through your marketing funnel, you stop at some point offering your services. At some point, you've offered everything that you possibly can. You got nothing else. Just find additional products and services that other people have and put them in your funnel, but make them an integrated part. So then the second thing would be just generally bigger orders. So how can you make the orders bigger? Well, selling bulk or bundles. So anything that you can offer them the ability to buy more than one of, do. Even if it's a gift, even if it's a t-shirt, it's amazing. So we had t-shirt funnels. T-shirts are really good leads for a lot of our funnels, lead-ins. And so we'll do a free plus shipping offer on a t-shirt. It'll be like $5 to $7. The t-shirts cost us $1, and then the shipping typically costs us a couple bucks. And so we're actually liquidating media cost with that. But then when we said, want to buy more than one? And we offered them the ability to buy more, I think it was 40% of the people wanted more than one t-shirt. The other version of that would be a thing called the order bump. So whenever somebody makes the initial purchase from you of whatever they have, it's a would you like fries with that kind of thing. So it's you've already committed to this right now. You have the ability to buy this thing on the order page. And it could be a transcript, an audio recording, a bonus thing, a t-shirt, anything that you could think of that might go with, logically, the thing that they've already bought, just putting it on the page. And that's typically a 25 to 65% uptake rate on that. And that makes a lot of difference because our goal is liquidate media cost, right? Anything that we can do to liquidate media cost means we can acquire more customers. So bundles, bulk, and order bumps. Another thing that's kind of interesting here, and I'll give you examples on the next page, but actually I'll wait for that. So wholesalers, if you're buying bulk or bundle or other suppliers of those products, and other people's distribution channels are what we're leveraging with that. And then higher margins. So how can we get higher margins? Typically with vertical and horizontal integration, that's the fancy business person's way of saying we're going to buy other businesses. It's vertical integration if you're buying up the supply chain or down into the distribution chain. It's horizontal if you're buying other competitors. Typically manufacturing and strategic relationships, and our need here is just some sort of supply chain. SC is supply chain. We're trying to consolidate that. So that's leveraging the transaction size. And then how do we get people to buy more frequently? Well, the best thing, which we'll talk a lot about, is to add recurring revenue. And that can be new products or services that you don't have right now. And I mentioned earlier, one of the best ways that we find to do this is to go and make affiliate offers for recurring revenue products. And then if we see that a test portion of our list buys that, then we'll go ahead and create our own. That's new products or services is the method. The way that you can acquire those is either by license or contract. So you can purchase them, license them, affiliatize them. Other people's products and offers are what you need to add that. You can buy recurring revenue as well. So if you find something that you think is really good for your customers, or you do a test here and you see that they're taking it, then just go ahead and buy them. You don't have to create it. And again, SPA and APA is stock purchase or asset purchase agreements. Same needs as here, capital and debt. Same needs as here, investors and targets to acquire. And then you can borrow recurring revenue through affiliates. So those are the three big things that you want to be thinking about are the J. Abraham 3. How can I get more customers? How can I get them to spend more? How can I get them to buy more frequently? But instead of thinking about it just that way, thinking about it in a leveraged way is how can I get a ton of those? How can I get a lot more customers or get them a lot more, right?